Hey guys, welcome to the next tutorial of ethical hacking and penetration testing via Kali Linux. So in the previous tutorials, I have taught you as to how we could go ahead and crack different types of passwords, SHA-12, SMD5 and different other things. So in the series on password cracking, I have been attempting to develop your skills in the age-old art of password cracking. Although it might seem like a simple and a straightforward exercise, those of you who have attempted password cracking know that there are no simple ways to this art. So in many of our cracking disciples, we have often need to use a word list that will essentially attempt thousands of potential passwords per second. So this is often referred to as a dictionary attack, and even though we need not rely solely on dictionary words, these word lists may have any combination of characters and words in an attempt to crack a complex password offline. Sometimes we may have indications of the target's choice of password or password components which may come from our knowledge of our target. Example, normally from our girlfriend or neighbor or friend, etc. So these normal people normally use it's kind of an irony that I'm talking about over here, but normal people actually go ahead and use their own name in addition to some characters or some other letters, not exactly letters. So it's quite easy to go ahead and guess that. We may also know the organization if we are trying to attack an organization, their password policy, minimum 8 characters or uppercase and lowercase, etc. So in these cases, we may be able to generate a custom word list that reflects our knowledge of the target or the organization's password policy. Kali Linux has built it into a tool called as Crunch that enables us to create a custom password cracking word list that we can use with tools such as Hashcat, Cain and Abel, John the Ripper, AirCrackNG, and many others. This specific custom word list might be able to save us hours or even days in password cracking if we can craft it properly. So let's get started with Crunch and generate some custom word list to crack passwords in our favorite password cracking tool. So let's go ahead and fire up our own Kali Linux and open the terminal. And before I proceed with the okay, I'll just go ahead and show you the GUI method. So you can select Kali Linux. Over here you can go to the password attacks. Over here the offline attacks because we are cracking something online, and you can go ahead and start Crunch over here. So it does not say much about itself. Crunch can create word lists based on the criteria you specify. The output can be sent to the screen file or another program. So usage would be Crunch, minimum and maximum characters and options, and minimum and max are the numbers. So please refer to the man page for instructions. So we don't actually need to go ahead and use anything. So unlike many other hacking applications, Crunch does not provide us with much info on its opening screen. Let's say, for example, if I go ahead and open the SE toolkit, it will give me a lot of information about itself, such as social engineering attack. If I go ahead and type 6, I'll get the help exactly. Okay, the file directory, readme. Okay, the MD file, I need to go ahead and rename that, so I'll just ignore that. Or if I could just go ahead and type #cat, and I can just go ahead and type help, it will show me all the things that #cat can do. Or if I type, let's say for example, evil grade, it will give me each and everything that evil grade can do. But over here, as you can see, it does not provide much information about itself. So I believe that because Crunch, although relatively is simple to work initially, it has so many sophisticated options that the developer has to put much information in the man pages. So that's why he has not gone ahead and discussed much about it over here. So basic syntax for Crunch looks like you can just go ahead and open the Kali Linux and Crunch, type out the minimum and maximum characters, the pattern that would be -t, and the output that would be the file name. Now let's go over what's included in this syntax over here. The minimum is the minimum password length, maximum is the maximum password length, character set is the character set to be used in generating the passwords. -t is the pattern, that is the specified pattern of the generated passwords. So let's say, for example, if you knew that your target's birthday was 0728, that's July 28, and you suspected that they used their birthday in their password, that's people often use. So you could generate a password list that ended with 0728 by giving Crunch the pattern such as, let's say for example, @ something like that, and 0728, something like that. So this word, will generate up to 11 characters, or I don't know how much exactly. Let me count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I'll just go ahead and delete 2. Perfect. So this will generate up to 11 characters of password. So 7 will be variable. That means these 7 digits can be anything, whereas these are fixed because we think that the person may use these 4 digits as fixed, and it will total have 11 characters in total. And -o over here will be the output file. So this is the file that you would want the word list to be written to. So the crunch manual. Let's go ahead and check the crunch manual for that. So I'll just type man and I'll type UNCH, and this is the how it looks like, the crunch manual. I can just go ahead and view all of these things, but it's extremely long, so I won't be actually going ahead and looking into these things. But if you want to gather a good understanding of what exactly we are doing, then you should actually go ahead and see these things. And I'll just go ahead and type Q to go ahead and quit. So since now you have opened manual pages for crunch, it will look like that. The developers of crunch have packed these pages with a lot of info on how to get the most of crunch. So if you go ahead and I'll just open the crunch once more. So if you go ahead and page down a bit, you will come to this page, and you can see that if it says that we are at line 21 over here, I'll just go to the line 70. Okay, perfect. So if you see it over here, it will show that -f will go ahead and specify the path, and -I will go ahead and invert the output. So example, if I used AAA, then invert of A is AAA again. If I used AAB, it will go ahead and convert it into BAA, and etc. and something like that. So here we will tell crunch where the character set period LST is with the full path, and then select a particular character set from that list. Do you understand? So I'll simplify it for you. In Kali, the character set period LST is at user share rainbow character set list. So I'll just go down and browse it over, user share rainbow crack and CHAR character period. Okay, this is our file. Just go ahead and display it. This is how it looks like. It's self-explanatory, so I don't need to explain that. So we would be creating some simple word list. So let's start by generating some simple word list for password crack. Let's assume that we know the company has passwords between 4 and 8 characters. We can generate all the possibilities in crunch by just typing crunch and the numerics that we want.